Hey everybody, this is Zakia Ringgold, and I typically am making soap on these videos, but as you can see, it's number one, if you're new to me, welcome. If you've been here for a while, you're probably saying, where the heck you been? I've been very, very busy with this whole Rona thing, but something has changed, and as you can see from the title, I have gotten sister locks in my hair. And I swear, it didn't take from the last time I made a video to now for me to get these sister locks. However, as I was sitting in the chair, it felt like forever. So what I am going to share on this video, I feel like I have to because I've watched a million of you on your sister locks journeys tell this story. So I'm going to tell it from my perspective because some of you lied to me. Some of you told me complete lies, and I'm going to tell you what my experience was, what some of the thought process was behind why I even decided to go ahead and get sister locks, and what I'm looking forward to. So let's get started with the number one question. How long did it take? 30 hours. I'm going to pause and let you listen to what I said. It took 30 hours over 3 days. What? Getting messages. Took 30 hours over 3 days in order to have this get done. I used to work with a lady back at a law firm several years ago, and she was going to become a certified Sister Locks consultant. I've watched her hair grow for years and years, the health, the vitality of it. And when I decided that for this year, for my birthday, I was not going to be wearing just an afro again or a 2-strand twist, I definitely wasn't permanent. I wanted something where I could get up and go. So I reached out to her and I said, you know what, Donna? I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go ahead and do the whole sister locks thing. Didn't do a lot of research before that. I just knew that I wanted some kind of locking pattern where I would not have to do a lot to my hair, and sister locks seemed like the thing that I wanted to do, primarily because they are so small and I can still style them over time. So I went in for an initial consultation. She was completely backed up because everybody is trying to get their reties and their installs because we've been in code red due to hashtag Rona. And so I had to wait an additional 3 weeks from my consultation to my installment date. So I went to the consultation. She looked at my hair. We talked about the ability that I will have to get rid of all of my products. When I tell you hashtag product junkie, although that had switched quite a bit over the last few years, because as I was making more skincare products, I started making a few homemade, only for me, only for my family, hair products. So I didn't have as much of a product junkie-ish thing, but as I was starting out as a natural, I would buy every single thing in the store. So we went through the consultation. She didn't do test locks in my hair. I actually had braids at the time. She measured the length of my hair to determine what the cost would be. In case you are wondering, in case you haven't heard it a million times, the cost is going to vary depending on where you live, like how supply and demand. Is there only 2 Sister Locks consultants near you with like maybe 3 trainees? You're probably going to pay a higher price versus if you are in a highly populated area where there's several consultants around, but you want to make sure that they're actual consultants if you're really after the whole sister lock thing. So she gave me my price. My hair measured in between 7 and 9 inches. And because we go way back, she gave me the 7-inch quote. Typically, the pricing ranges between $650 up to about $950 for the first 3 inches of hair. And then it's an additional $50 to $75 depending on the additional lengths that you have. So that was the price range that she had quoted me, and then she gave me my actual price, and then I gave her a deposit to hold my spot. And she didn't really require the deposit. She was kind of going off the strength of, hey, I know you, I know you're going to come back. but I required myself to do the deposit because if I put my money down, there was no way that I was going to change my mind. Okay? So, the day of, the night before, so we scheduled my appointment for 2 days. It was supposed to be from 1 to 10ish the first day and 1 to 10ish the second day. It wasn't that. It was much more than that. So, I get there. I had taken my I have a whole office in a bag situation going on. I had my laptop. I had my iPad. I had my iPhone. I had my portable charger. I had snacks. I had lunch. I had beverage. I had everything that I would need so that I wasn't getting up, getting down, getting up, getting down. So it was all there in a bag. She gets started. I'll put pictures so you can kind of see the process. When I tell you the level of precision that she used, let me see. It's a horrible thing. Let me see. You can't see that. The level of precision that she used to part my hair so that no matter where I decide to part it, it would be now that's a horrible example. Now my hair is gonna look cray. But she spent, I would say, about 45 minutes to an hour just creating what is known as the grid in my hair. And then she put in, you've seen them, the Bantu knots everywhere to just say, okay, I'm going to start working. And she started on this section. You know the number one lie that I learned here on YouTube? It doesn't hurt. My head was pounding. And I guess I am what you would call tender-headed. Or just the sheer fact that my hair is so thin. It's not very thick at all. But I could feel in different parts, not all over, but definitely here, here, and right here. They are my most sensitive spots. I was sitting there holding the armrest like this in order to let her finish doing my hair. And I got up maybe once or twice to go to the restroom. Didn't really have to go to the restroom. I needed a break. And so we did the break. So the first day I was there from 1 in the afternoon until about 10:30. But I was working remotely. So for 2 of those, or an hour and a half of each of those, we stopped so that I could get on virtual conference calls. Then on Monday night, after I had gotten home, she said, oh, come 9 o'clock in the morning, my retie just canceled, so I can start you earlier in the day. So I went back at 9, and I did not leave until midnight. And when I left at midnight, this piece was the only piece that was not done. And it was in like this little Bantu. Well, it was a little more than that. It was in like a little Bantu knot right up here. And I was like, holy smokes. I guess I'm just going to walk around for a couple of days like that, because she had another install scheduled for Wednesday, which was the next day. But luckily that person, she finished her in a day. Her hair was much, much shorter, so she didn't need as much time. So Thursday, I went back at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I was done 8 o'clock that night. Count it all up, divide it, separate it. It took 30 hours of her. And let me just say, I have a whole new respect for hairstylists. I've always had a certain level of respect for them because they're on their feet, they're taking the time, they're doing your hair on their back, very few breaks in between. And she took a lot of pride in what it was that she was doing. I am completely blown away by my hair, and I love it. I really do. So at the end of it, she gave me, well, the day, what was it, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, when we still had a little piece left to do, she had gave me this lock sock. That's what they're called. It's a lock sock that you can put on your head, and I've been using this faithfully to tie my hair. So my hair was installed on Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So this is 4-day-old hair. Well, I guess not 4 days. It's been on my head all my life. So this is 4-day-old Sisterlocks, and whenever I go to sleep at night, I do wear this. When I wake up in the morning, it's like completely flat down. I'll spritz it with a little bit of water, and I'll do this. She gave me this water bottle, which I wish I would have had this as a regular natural, like with no locks. This is like the gift of the gods. Look, you spray it, and you get either a spritz or you hold it, and there's no drippy drip going down your neck. You know how sometimes you squirt in your hair with a squirt bottle, and then it's just like dripping all down your body? This one is like a stream of water that goes on there. So what I'll do in the morning when it's like completely matted, I was that natural who used to try and do wash and goes, and they were wash and oh no, what do you think you're doing? I was that natural. And so when I wake up and my hair is completely down, I'll do like that little spritz, and then I just pretty much shake it, just like that. And I try and figure, because this is so janky. It's not janky, it's just that my brain doesn't work that way where it's mirrored the way it is on the camera. So me trying to fix this on here is probably going to look very, very interesting. And then that's it. That's all I do. I don't have to add any oil. My scalp, it does itch a little bit from time to time, but it's not completely terrible. Like I said, in terms of the products, I left with quite a few goodies. She gave me a, I guess you want to call it a lintless towel. I'll show you that in, a second. Right here. It's called, now, your girl don't have long hair, but this is called a Performance Drying Technology long hair towel. Saves time, super absorbent, reduces frizz, hair looks shinier. Don't believe that. 20% longer than regular hair towel. So I haven't even opened this yet because, as you know, you're not supposed to wash your hair until you go back, or right before you go back for that retie. So she told me, do not wash my hair. She told me that if the itching becomes too much, just use some simple water with aloe vera juice. Because I'm a natural skincare maker, I already had aloe vera juice, and I used this water bottle. This is just water in here. And I've been waiting for all of you so that we could do the unboxing of the infamous customer starter kit. It's like, this is the thing. This is the thing. I know some of you are going to say, well, how many locks do you have? I stopped counting. She definitely was not counting at that point. But we got up to 480 at my last count. So there's at least 480 locks in my hair. And then they will get bigger over time, but not much bigger. So this is the infamous customer starter kit that you get, and it has carefully shampoo your new Sisterlocks. Be sure to bundle and braid, which, whatever. Proper shampoo technique, meaning you don't get in the shower and do all of that. Separate your locks, meaning go into your. I'm gonna have to cut this. Let me figure out. See, I can't figure out. Shoot. Go this way. Yeah, that way. Here we go. Bam. So where were we? Separate your locks. So what you're supposed to do is go in between every lock and make sure that they're not like commingling with each other so that they don't turn into one lock. And then use only, I lost the left. Use only the starter shampoo. That's the rule. I'm going to follow the rule. I know a lot of you are saying, I don't like that Sisterlocks shampoo I'm going to follow the rules until my scalp falls out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to use it because that's what my consultant said to use for now, right? All right, so what's in here? Sisterlocks. It's not a self-stamped envelope, but I've got stamps. Let us acknowledge you as a member of our growing family. Get your official birthday certificate. So there's a certificate that you can get. And so you can mail that in, and you get on somebody's registry. They give you a nice little certificate, something along those lines. Helpful tips. Little paper that gives you. Sisterlocks will change your thinking. It's more than a hairstyle. Kind of like more than soap. Product placement. Setting into your Sisterlocks may take from 1 to 6 months or more. Your daily hair care habits may change. Learn to be gentle when shampooing. When shampooing, use a gentle zigzag motion, not the constant thingamajigger. Monitor the ends of your locks. At first, your consultant may advise you to both braid your hair in sections and bind the ends before washing until your locks are set. Expect to see more scalp at first. I am a little scalpy, but I don't really care so much about it. I know some people don't like the scalpy look. I kind of like it. Explore your styling options with the Sisterlocks. I can't say that. And Sisterlocks is not about a hairdo. It's about a way of life. And maybe I will find that out as I go. For me, here was my think. Oh, let me finish. Squirrel, right? Then you get the little bottle of shampoo. This is all that you are supposed to use. No oils, no greases, no leave-ins, no gels, no conditioner. I co-washed my hair pretty much the entire last 2 years. We have always got those. Always, always. So I have co-washed my hair for the last at least year and a half. And then I would shampoo it like once every 2 months. But this is all that we are supposed to use to wash our hair while it's braided and banded. And what do you band it with? They give you these rubber bands. I do have some additional bands because I could imagine these are going to pop or they're just going to be a pain in the butt to get out. So I'll get some other ones. Bundle your sections for extra protection. Braid each section, then tuck in and secure with the rubber band. Wet hair thoroughly, moderate water pressure. Apply the starter shampoo directly to the scalp, around and through each bundle. Gentle washing motion is one direction only. You go from the scalp to the tip. From the scalp to the tip. Rinse, reset it if necessary, towel dry, undo the bundles, and separate your locks. Once your consultant tells you your hair has passed through the setting in phase, you can move up to the regular products like the green tea shampoo, yada, 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 yada. So that's what's on there. And they're saying it is more than a hairstyle. I believe that's probably true for a lot of people. For me, it is about improving my lifestyle. And what I mean by that is I spend maybe about 2 to 3 hours doing something to my hair. I also am running 3 businesses and the mom of 2 girls. And with that, sometimes a little bit of self-care kind of goes out of the window. And because you have to go in, well, not have to, you can always do it yourself, but this is one thing that I'm not going to do myself. Most things, if I know how to do it myself, I'm going to try, probably do it. But for my hair, I figured that this would be a guaranteed way that every 4 to 6 weeks I was taking time to take time of and to take care of myself, either with just going and sitting in somebody's chair for 2.5 hours and then making sure that I go and I eat something, I nourish myself for a little while. And this would be that guaranteed time that I would have set aside for myself. So, how do I feel about my Sisterlocks? I am very excited. The most exciting part about that is my 6-year-old Paige, who was kind of the impetus for me getting this, said, I can't wait to get my Sisterlocks. I don't think she can get Sisterlocks. I do not think that she will sit for any amount of time, especially that amount of time. Yes, it did hurt. It hurt. It hurt. It hurt. I don't care. And some of you might say, well, your consultant did it wrong. I don't think that's accurate because it does not hurt now. It did not hurt after I got out of the chair. It hurt while she was installing them. Now, not typically when you have your, I don't know if you've ever gotten the braids done where that was just too tight, where they've braided some of your scalp into the braid. That's not what this was. This was definitely very, very tender head, and her using such small pieces of hair that my hair had not been manipulated that way. That's what that was. Now we will see when this retie comes if it's as painful. We're going to have to go the other way, Carol Ann. I'm going to try some DIY stuff because I cannot sit through that a second time. So, my experience was I completely understand the pricing. I completely understand the excitement that people have because I had it driving there, packing the bag the night before, kind of peeking in the mirror as she was working. She sent me so many pictures, like as she was going along, so I could see it, because you can't really see the back of your head that much. But then appreciating how much effort and precision went into just making sure she got every single part correct. So I am Zakia, and this is the start of my Sisterlocks journey. And the reason I'm doing this video is because the next time I go live, there's going to be a million people who say, "What did you do to your hair?" This is the video I'll be able to point them to and tell them I got Sisterlocks. And then YouTube is going to do its job, and the algorithm is going to show them all of your videos, or other videos of people who have been in this long before I have. And then they can learn more if they're interested. See how that works? See how that works? It's going to help me to not have to repeat over and over again what this is. I have been extremely, extremely busy these last 2 months. And Sisterlocks for me is a way for me to set aside the time to take care. And I'm sorry I'm looking down because I'm recording on a webcam, but I'm looking right there at my picture, which is the wrong thing to do, but who cares? So that's me. That's the Sisterlocks journey getting started. This will not be a Sisterlocks channel. I just want to let you know this was really for my audience who is probably going to have some questions, and I just don't want to keep repeating it over and over again. And that's about it. Bye, everybody.